Have you ever wondered why, after praying and believing for a breakthrough, it sometimes seems like God's response doesn't match your expectations? Maybe you're asking, Lord, I'm believing you for a financial uplift, and what you receive is a small idea, a connection, or even a simple gift that appears completely unrelated to what you asked for. If you've ever felt disappointed or confused by God's answers, you're not alone. Most people don't realize how God truly responds to prayers. And that misunderstanding can make us overlook the very seed of our miracle. Just think about it. You're praying, dreaming of a beautiful home, picturing the keys to that 5-bedroom house in your palm. Then, what lands in your lap? A book worth a modest $100. Confused, you might look up to heaven and ask, God, I thought you'd send a destiny helper to build and hand me the house. But quietly, God says, I've already answered your prayer. That book, neglected on your table, is not just paper, it's the seed for the very harvest you asked for. Friends, God's gifts often come wrapped in forms we're not expecting. The real challenge isn't only in asking, but in discerning the answer when it comes. Let's bring this closer to heart. Maybe you've been seeking wisdom, asking God to fill you with understanding for the next phase of your life. Instead, God sends you a friend who seems ordinary, but within their stories, advice, and presence is the wisdom you've longed for. It's so easy to dismiss the answer because you expected a supernatural download, not a relationship. How many times have we pushed away our Abraham, heading instead to Sodom and Gomorrah because the miracle didn't look like what we prayed for? Heaven weeps when we miss the seeds God hands us because our vision is locked on the end result, not the process. In many families today, the prayer is for joy, restoration, and increase. God's answer, a newborn child, carrying the potential for 30 years of blessings and transformation. Yet, how often do we overlook the gift, seeking answers in status, politics, or material gain, while caring little for the seed that needs nurturing under our own roof? Neglect that child, and the community loses a blessing. Cherish and steward the answer, and generations can be changed. When we look at the story of Jesus' birth, the lesson is front and center. The world was crying out for a savior, expecting a mighty warrior to ride from the heavens and shatter oppression with spectacular displays of power. But God's answer arrived as a small, vulnerable baby in Bethlehem. Only the Magi, following a divine star, recognized that the answer had already come. Wrapped in simplicity and humility, what others could not see, heaven was celebrating. My friends, this is the nature of God's responses. Spiritual things rarely look like what they'll become when they arrive. The door to your breakthrough, healing, or happiness may appear ordinary, even disappointing, on the outside. But with the eyes of the Spirit, you'll discern that within every delayed promise is a seed, and within every seed is your answered prayer. Let me ask you, has God ever answered your prayers in a way you didn't expect? Maybe you realized, after some time, that what looked small or insignificant was actually the beginning of your transformation. Share your story in the comments. Your testimony might just open someone's eyes to how God is working in their life, even when they can't yet see it. If these insights spoke to you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Gospel Inspirational family, where we journey together in faith, discernment, and encouragement. Your questions, your experiences, they matter here. Let's grow together in seeing and receiving God's answers, even when they don't look the way we imagined. Comment below and let me know, what is the seed God has given you lately, and how are you nurturing it today? Remember, God is always answering. The real miracle is learning to see. Subscribe, comment, and stay inspired with us at Gospel Inspirational.